There's a limited time event going on right now where you can actually get a legendary. For today's video, we are going to take a look at this Path of the Lost Hero event and take a look at if this champion is going to be worth it. Hey you guys, it's Cece. Welcome back to my channel. As mentioned, there's a new event going on for a limited time. We have essentially Thursday until Monday to actually be able to get these rewards. This is a special event that is going on as a part of Chaos Awakens that's been happening. And with this event, essentially, we complete event objectives, earn hero coins, and then explore branching reward paths to actually unlock the rewards. In order to actually do these objectives, it does include summoning champions and getting artifacts and accessories. The rewards that we can actually receive include a legendary Balor the Lost, as well as his 5-star Perfect Soul, Avatar, Twisted Horns, and other goodies. Now, looking through this path is what we first really need to do, and then I guess we need to actually look at the champion and see if it is one that is worth going ahead and getting for my own account. Unfortunate for me is that I had no time to actually get onto raid and play today, so I already feel like I am behind if I want to have any type of a chance for this event. So looking at this hero path, essentially, if you are wanting to actually really maximize this out and go ahead and get this champion, then you got a little bit of a ways to go. So you can essentially go down the middle, but it does require a key. So you are going to have to pick one of these sides to actually go ahead, get a key, and then go ahead and get him at a cost of 60,000 of these coins, essentially. And then I guess along the way, so we have another 10,000 plus the key, which is 1,000 there, 9,000 there, 7,500, 3,500. So it is quite a bit depending on, I guess, what you actually want to get in this hero's path and if you are wanting to get this legendary. Now, looking at what it actually takes to get, this is the other part, is like, how do we actually go ahead and get these coins? Now, sacred shards is a big one because that's going to give you 4,500 per sacred shard. So ideally, if you have a ton of these saved up, then yeah, the possibility. Next one, of course, is artifacts and accessories in here. And looking at these guys, for myself, like, I'm not getting any mythical rarities. I'm maybe getting some legendaries, most likely epics, and for sure rares. As for if they are rank 5, rank 6, I mean, this is gonna vary between getting, like, realistically 26 points all the way up to a potential 51. So as I said, I haven't had time to actually start this event yet, so I'm kind of just starting it right now. But this is a great time for you guys to chime in. Let me know how it's going for you. Are you going for it? Are you getting these ranks? Are you getting the hero coins and the artifacts? And maybe you're pulling shards. I don't know. I'm not quite sure yet if I'm gonna be able to actually even do this event and have the time to go ahead and do it. And like, if it's a champ that I'll be able to invest in for my own account. So let's go ahead and actually take a look at his skills. Now, Balor is a part of the Sylvan Watchers faction, which I have said before that it was one of my weak points and one of the reasons that Lemonicy was actually beneficial for me and my account is because I didn't really have a whole lot going on in there. So one thing to consider, I guess, is if this is one of the weaker ones for you, maybe it is a champ that is going to help you out. Balor the Lost is a legendary attack type. It does have an accuracy in all battle aura. First skill, attacks an enemy before attacking, places a shield buff on this champion for 2 turns. The value of the shield proportionate to this champ's attack. Has a 50% chance of placing a 25% poison sensitivity debuff for 2 turns. That's kind of nice, having a poison sensitivity, which of course we're realizing he's probably gonna have poison potentially in his skills, or he will work really nicely with a poison team. Second skill, attacks an enemy with a 75% chance of placing a leech debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. The 2 turn is nice. Ink instantly activates all poison debuffs on all enemies. Okay, so we do have somebody that's going to be able to essentially activate. I'll come back to this. Third skill, attacks an enemy before attacking, places a 50% increased accuracy buff on all allies for 2 turns. That is nice because you're using him in a poison team. You want more accuracy so that he actually and everybody else places potential poison debuffs. Has a 75% chance of placing a 50% decreased resistance debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. So increasing accuracy, decreasing their resistance. You want to land these debuffs. It's kind of nice to get from this champion. Places 3 5% poison debuffs on the initial target for 2 turns. If this attack is critical, places 3 poison debuffs for 2 turns on all enemies dead. Ooh, so you do want crit on this champ. Also has a passive, increases this champ's ignore defense by 1% for each poison debuff instantly activated by this champion. Fills this champion's turn meter by 5% whenever a poison debuff is placed on an enemy. So Balor the Lost would work super nicely in these poison teams, obviously for a number of reasons: increasing accuracy, decreasing resistance, placing poison himself. We do have a shield, poison sensitivity, and then an activation of poison. So, I mean, yeah, obviously he would be a great champ to kind of work along with teams like that. For myself, I do use a full poison team in my Dragon's Lair. And what I was going to say with the skill 2 is I actually have 2 champions that I use right now that actually activate poison debuffs. I mean, a third wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. Now, that being said, do I need a third? Not necessarily, but I don't think that that's the reason that I myself would go for this champion, would be to activate the poison debuffs. I like this skill 3, and the poison sensitivity is also really nice. Just something to really take advantage of it. And whenever a poison debuff is placed, the fact that it fills this champion's turn meter, I mean, all of this does make him a pretty decent, actually like pretty good champion, let's be honest. For what he's giving us, it is pretty good. But I guess the question is, like, is it worth it to actually go ahead and go for him? Now, that is another thing, because there's a few factors to consider. So for myself, as you know, I have multiple accounts that I am playing on. So let's go with this one. I have 1 sacred shard. Realistically, if I wanted to go ahead and go through this Path of the Lost event, I need a decent amount of sacred shards. Like I'm probably looking at about 20 or so. And then the energy that I actually need, say if I don't have the sacred shards to do it, it's a lot of energy. I do have some gems in here. I do have some energy, but is it enough to make me actually go for this champion? That I'm not too sure about. I don't know if it is a champion for myself that I'm like jumping up and down, like, I need this champion, this is incredible. It's an opportunity to get a legendary, and technically, yeah, it's a guaranteed legendary. But the next thing to consider is, would I get the legendary? Would I get the perfect soul? No. Short answer, no. I know I don't have enough resources to get both. Might even not even have enough for one, as you can see, unless I don't know, get more shards, dip into it, things like that. But then the next question I have going on my mind is, like, if I do go for this event, of course, you know, there's always fusions right around the corner. So another thing to consider is, if you are wanting to go for this event, you know, get the champ, potentially wait to see, I guess, depending if you want to wait for something else coming around the corner, or if you really want to go for him. All things to actually be considered. And I'm sure, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure in here they have some type of that's another option, I guess. You can just go ahead and buy it. Starts at $6.99. Who knows what the next ones are, but that is an option as well, as to actually go ahead and purchase some of the hero coin string, because again, it is a guaranteed legendary, and it's a pretty good legendary, especially if you are lacking things in your team. As I said, for myself, for champs with the skills, like Stalk the Broken is one of the ones that I actually use. This one instantly activates all poison and HP burn debuffs. Next one being Elenaril, and with Elenaril, skill 3, instantly activating all poison debuffs on all enemies. So those are kind of 2 of my core poison champs. They do activate. As I said, Balor's nice because, yeah, it's another activation. It is the poison sensitivity, which is also kind of to have, because I don't really think I actually have that with any of my current champs. Going ahead and actually taking a look, because I am curious. Oh, I do have one. Actually, I have this one, Orin, who I haven't actually built, obviously, as you can see, haven't built. Had plans to, but another potential here. Attacks an enemy 2 times, 15% chance of placing 5% poison debuffs. Attacks an enemy 2 times, each hit instantly activating 5% poison debuff. Attacks all enemies, 50% chance of placing 2 poison. A lot of poison coming out of this champion. So honestly, I should build this. I should build this champion. But taking a look at this and kind of reading through the champs, so obviously I don't have a huge variety of champions that do poison sensitivity. But as to if I myself want to go ahead and throw all those resources to actually get Balor to take advantage of it, I don't know. Of course, other reasons that you may want this champion, not just the poison sensitivity. There's a few other places, and as I said, in terms of where it actually used this champion, could fit this into my Dragons team potentially. There's always the potential of something like Doom Tower, Faction Wars, of course. Now, I don't think it's something I'm necessarily going to switch my team around for, something like Spider's Den or for Minnow, things like that. Sorry, Ice Golem. I mean, I don't know. I think for myself, it might be a champion I pass on. Honestly, you guys, I think for me, I'm going to go ahead. I will do some of the tournaments. I'll do these things and kind of just see where I'm at. And I think that's going to be a good point to decide. after how many days do I have? So 3 days for this, let's say 2.5 days. And I'm like, okay, spent X amount of energy. This is where I'm at. We'll see what I do. Am I close enough? Do I want to try to go ahead and pull shards? Because altogether, yeah, I don't have very many shards. The sacred is giving us 4,500. Got void, so 750 there. Ancient, I have 10 of those, so that's something there. And I mean, there's always the mystery shard route. That's always going to be an option. Go through and pull a ton of mystery. I actually don't even have that many on this account either, mystery shards. So I think for me, it will actually come down to how much energy I'm using and what I am getting out of that. Obviously, as I said, I'm already like a day behind. So something else I myself am gonna have to factor in here. If you download Raid Shadow Legends using my link, I'm actually gonna start you off with the free legendary champion on day 1. And then at level 10, level 20, and level 30, you'll get yourself an epic. That is 4 amazing champions that you can get just by downloading using my link. I think for me, I'm just gonna have to play it out, like I said, and see if I do end up picking this hero up. But for now, it is not one that I'm rushing to decide is a must get for my own account. But I do want to hear from you guys. Are you going for this champion? What do you think? Leave your comments down below and be sure that you subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos, as I am putting a video every day. And you never know, if I do end up going for him, I of course let you guys know. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.